What's up, little androids? SonicFanGal here. If you haven't heard of me before, be sure you check out my other pages as I got loads of other content. Also, be sure you check out my books and be sure you subscribe so that way I can get up to 600 subs. As I see a lot of you are not subscribed, so please be sure you do that. So, it's been a minute, but so, you know that short I did with the eyeball trend thing? Yeah, don't put water droplets in your camera. I kind of learned that the hard way. It was very stupid, and I wound up not having a phone for like an entire almost 24 hours, but thankfully my husband fixed it and everything, so it was like, oh. But please let that be a lesson to you people. Please don't put water droplets on your phone camera. I was stupid. I know. I was very stupid. Go ahead and laugh. But this video is actually about how I made my OC Aleena. So Aleena is a hybrid, and if you haven't read Sonic.XXX, then you probably might not know her backstory very well. Well, I actually created her when I was 9, yeah, and she started out as a recolor of Amy. And I'm sure you guys have seen my shirt in my Chris Chan's skits that I do. But that's actually a shirt that I actually got airbrushed in Pigeon Forge a long time ago. But I'm actually surprised it still fits. Like, it's an extra small, but yeah, I'm actually amazed that it fits and everything. But what happened was, Aleena first started out as a hedgehog and started out as a recolor of Amy. So that's why I usually sit there and say that recolors are okay to a point. Because when you're a kid, you don't really think much and all that. I just thought, you know, hey, let's just recolor her and do all this. But no, there's a lot more to it than that. But that's why I'm not really against recolors. However, I am to an extent. I'm kind of neutral about it. But that's what happened with Aleena first, was she was a recolor. Then I decided to give her long hair because I've always loved long hair. Like, I always have. And then I drew like wolf ears. That's actually what they're supposed to be, is wolf ears. But I made her a little bit after myself because I'm a tomboy. And I love, you know, doing a lot of crazy things and everything. And I made her sarcastic. I kind of made her the opposite of Amy Rose. But she is a hybrid. So a hybrid is like half human, half hedgehog, half shark. Because she's got a shark fin, if nobody has really seen it before, but she does. She has a shark fin. And she also has gills running down her ribs. But I thought it would be something cool to talk about. But I created her a long time ago at 9. And seeing what she's grown into is amazing. She is my first OC I have ever made. And to be honest, I'm proud of that. And in my Sonic.XXX book, I made her have a bit of certain issues. And by certain issues, I mean eating disorders and an addiction to some meds. And the reason why I did that was to spread awareness that, you know, I suffered an eating disorder. A long time ago when I was a kid, I suffered one. And I was like, man, if only I could just figure out something. And obviously I'm not in that anymore. I do need to lose weight, but I do realize that, you know, eating disorders are terrible. So I try to make her like a self-awareness thing. And I guess that's why I kind of made it like I kind of made it 16 plus because there are a lot of horror elements in it. But I wanted to come on here and say, you know, there's some diamonds in the rough in there. But I created her for a lot of things. Funny enough, I actually used to ship her with Shadow when I was a kid, a long time ago. But now it's just whatever. When you're at that cringy age, you just ship everything with everything, and you're just like, oh my gosh, I ship so and so and so and so. It's so cute and everything. Now it's like I ship certain things to an extent, not a bunch of times, but you know. But I wanted to also say that Aleena is also based on Mephiles the Dark, which is a Sonic villain that I would love to see come back. Like, he was totally underestimated. Yes, I know Sonic.XXX had a lot of its issues. Don't get me wrong. I know Sonic.XXX had stuff. But Mephiles was a villain that was so cool. And I mean, there were a few things that Sonic.XXX gave us. Like, they gave us Silver the Hedgehog, and then they gave us Mephiles, which, oh, I really wish they would bring back Mephiles. Like, that would be so cool if they would bring him back. He was such a cool, underrated villain to me. And he was one of the only people to have killed Sonic. And I just thought that was cool. Like, he had an actual backstory and everything. Not to mention, he also had the same voice actor as Knuckles, Dan Green, and Dan Green did a phenomenal job on Mephiles. But that's actually what Aleena is also based off of. So I don't really want to say much because I don't want to give spoilers to Sonic.XXX, not a lot of them. But I wanted to come on here and talk about, you know, how eating disorders are and how they affect a person. It can really damage people's psyche, and it can really hurt people, and really, in the end, it does a lot of physical detrimental things to your body. Aleena, of course, jumps out of that in the end, and she joins a support group and everything. So that is a spoiler. I will say that is a spoiler to my book. But yeah, she's my baby. You know, she's one of my first babies. And I'm proud. I am so glad to see her grow into this big character that I never thought I could do. And I owe that to you guys, partly, because it's like, without you guys, I wouldn't have been able to. And another thing, I made that book partly coming of age for that reason. Because I was like, I don't want to make it just horror, but I want character growth. And that's what she's supposed to do. The lines right here on her muzzle are actually cheekbones. But due to my horrible drawing skills that hopefully I will start getting back into, because it does take practice. And I will notice that I did upgrade a bit from Sonic X2 to Sonic.XXX, the drawing skills. So hopefully I will keep going from there. But she also has piercings too. Like, she's got a tongue piercing, and the reason why is because I pierced my tongue at 6. Don't ever do that. Please don't. It's not a fun thing. Like, I still have a scar from where I had done it. So, yeah, just don't ever do that. Don't ever pierce your tongue on your own. Please let a professional do it. Don't ever do it by yourself, because it's a lucky thing that I didn't like pierce an artery or anything at 6. I was laying down, I was a cheerleader, and I was laying down against my closet, and I was just taking it and just stabbing my tongue. And literally later that night, I was going to a basketball game, and I was in my cheerleading uniform when I did it. So, yeah, don't ever do that. Don't. It's bad. But yeah, she has a tongue piercing, and there's a lot of secrets to her that I haven't really displayed yet because it's coincides with the story. But you'll get to see more of that if you read my book, Sonic.XXX. So I'm trying not to do much spoilers, but I am going to do the ones that spread awareness. So whether you're trying to gain weight, whether you're trying to lose weight, please just do it healthily. Don't starve yourself. Okay, I've been there, and it doesn't turn out good in the end. Now, I get like fasting for religious reasons. I do get that. I've done that a few times myself, but please don't do it to lose weight because it won't turn out good and it'll just be a bad thing. There's a difference between dieting and full on starving yourself, and it's just not good. It's not a good thing to do. And that's why I made Aleena what she is in that book, because I wanted to. I know there's teen girl Sonic fans that are like that. I know there are. There's all sorts of people in each fandom that has some sort of eating disorder. And I wanted to come on here and I wanted to make that character, make her in that mode. But that's why, she's like extra skinny, and that's why she's got those lines there. I will give spoilers. Those cheekbones are not going to be as prominent. But that's why I had those lines there, because I was trying to resemble cheekbones. But it came out looking a little bit funky, but I draw with a pen. But that's why I did that. She's also got a septum piercing. I have pierced my septum before, and yes, I did it on my own. But yeah, just please, if you're doing piercings, please have a professional do it. Please just do it like that, because in the end, it's not going to be good, and it has a lot of severe outcomes. And, I had broken my nose when I was 16. I broke the bridge of it. So when I pierced my septum, it caused a lot of damage. This looks so weird. But it causes a little bit of damage here. So, like, it still burns to touch and everything. But please just keep those things in mind. That's why I made her, is to, spread awareness to the story anyway. When I made her when I was 9, I just made a recolor, and it just amazes me how much I have grown and how much she has grown as a character. And yes, before you ask, yes, I named her after Queen Aleena from Sonic Underground. I did. Guilty as charged. But I did make her also have like a wolf tail, and I gave her a bunch of different things. And that's what I wanted to do. I was very proud. I was proud of what I had created. And a lot of people are like that. And another thing, it's just crazy to me, like how OCs from when you're little, they grow up so fast and everything. And I just think that's so cool. Like, there's this one girl I follow. I can't for the life of me remember her name, but she has a Sonic OC. And she used to make cringy stuff like I did. And when she was younger, she was creating all this weird stuff. And her name is, the OC's name is SNT. And SNT is like, I want to say she's like a combination of all three, like Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. Because I did watch her background, but it really warms my heart to see that her character has grown like my character. Although I don't have near the following that she does. But I am happy to see that, everyone who is a Sonic fan can grow in a healthy way. And not in a way that is like absolutely horrible. Because I don't want that for anybody. But that's why also, with my book, that's why I made my character the way she is. I also made her Amy's rival. So you'll have to read the books to see some fight scenes, poorly drawn fight scenes, which I made that book during 2022 into 2023. So I was still trying to learn art and things. I used to draw a lot in high school, and now it's like I'm not as good at it as I once was, and I'm trying to practice. But you know what they say, practice makes perfect. So hopefully, I'll get a little bit better at it. But I wanted to come on here, talk about my character and everything. I got to talk about Katana, my other OC, and my Jane Doe. but I just wanted to come on here and talk about them and talk about what they are, and it is Team Misfit. And I'm really trying not to spoil the book. I'm really trying not to, but I hope that it does spread awareness to girls that, you don't have to be a certain image for people to like you. Just be yourself. And also, please, please, please don't ever get addicted to anything. Painkillers, alcohol, pills, drugs, none of it. Please just don't get addicted to any of it. I have an uncle who, he's not addicted now. He's been clean for a few years, but he was badly on drugs. And it took a lot to get him off of them. And it was really heartbreaking to see. So please just don't get addicted to anything. And I guess that's another reason why I made her the way I did, was to spread awareness for hopefully younger people, to show, 16 plus people. Because, yeah, the book is, I would rather it be like 16 or 17 plus that reads it. Because anyone under that age, please don't. Seriously. Because I don't want to scar anybody, and I don't want anybody to, not understand fully what's going on. And plus, when I was 15 or 16, I was reading books like this. So I just wanted to come on here and say that and everything. But I hope you guys like my OC. I hope you guys will fall in love with her, and I hope that she becomes a big thing, Of course, not infamous, but famous, But I'm still working on Sonic.XXX, and despite the title, it is actually a horror novel. The reason why I named it XXX is because of the movie, XXX. That's why. That's why it's Sonic.XXX. Plus, I remember seeing a few things on DeviantArt, so please don't search the book title yet because it's not out right now. It won't be out until August 5th, so please don't look at it right now. It's not out yet, but I am still working on it, and it's a lot, and there's also going to be some elements in there too. I don't know what kind, but I am definitely working on it, and I've currently made that book, I want to say 17 plus, and it's 16 or 17 plus. But I wanted to come on here, talk about that, talk about my character and everything. And I also want to inspire some other Sonic fans. You can create an OC any day. Just don't be toxic with it, if that makes sense. And just, have fun. That's the whole point of a fandom, is to have fun. Not to sit there and go on about what person is better than the other. In the end, we're all just people just trying to enjoy a fandom. And that's the way I see it anyway. Like, I know people have had mixed reviews on Shadowthehedgehog, that video game. Meanwhile, I've been playing it like all night because my husband got it for me as a gift. And so I've been playing on it nonstop. And I might do some playthroughs. I might. I did one recently of one of the Eggman boss fights, so I might do playthroughs because there's a lot of secrets that I want to unwrap and everything. Because, believe it or not, there's like a lot of stuff in that game that I totally forgot about. And I never got to beat the ending of it, and I really want to get there, so hopefully I'll get to do that. But, if you guys did like this video, be sure you hit the like button. Also, be sure you subscribe so that way I can get up to 600 subs. Be sure you check out my other pages, as I got loads of other content. And also be sure you check out my books. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But I love you, little androids. God bless. And remember, this isn't goodbye forever. This is just goodbye for now. Bye.